So I'm Phillip Sawyers. I'm the youngest of the twins. Was actually born 11 minutes apart.
So Peter Sawyers, the elder twin, Twinsane Fitness. So yeah, everything to do with fitness. That's what we do, man. Along the journey, we met someone named Ezra at Fitness.
Yeah.
Saw him. He's a big person in the community, and he was a good reference. Shout out to Ezra. He's a good reference to see someone from our community that's doing what essentially we always used to speak about we wanted to do. Therefore, being more of a strategy and a structure this year.
Very intentional, but like trial and error, but figured out what things worked and what didn't, and just kept doing the things that looked like they was working. Part of being human as well is having empathy.
Yeah.
Being empathetic to certain people and understanding and knowing where they are. They can tie they're anxious. They might tie you there. Suffer from anxiety. So
Yeah.
being mindful and empathetic, putting the environment safe, making the environment safe and comfortable for them.
Yes. We've got another episode and second time on the podcast, but
Yeah.
we've leveled up. Really leveled up. Now, people may have listened to the audio version of this duo, I would say, family unit. But we're going to have an upfront discussion today about the journey of these two gentlemen, multi-award nominees and also award winners. But we're going to talk about it in more detail as we progress through this episode. So before we start, though, for the viewers who may not know you, I'm going to let you both introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do?
So I'm Phillip Sawyers. I'm the youngest of the twins. Was actually born 11 minutes apart. Okay.
So Peter Sawyers, the elder twin, Twinsane Fitness. So yeah, everything to do with fitness. That's what we do, man.
Yeah.
That's what we love. That's what we love to do. It's our main thing from young, really.
Yeah.
Passion from early age. So we just, as we grow in age, saw ways how we can monetize it, turning our passion into something that we want to pursue as a career.
It's not a gimmick, man. It's proper serious for us, but it's not something we had to kind of find like that. It kind of found us in a way.
Yeah.
We always loved fitness-related things, football, athletics.
Yeah. And I know we spoke about it in the last episode because it wasn't always like this. And I've saw the trajectory over the years, right? And I would say over the last 12 months, it's accelerated. Yeah. But before we even go into the fitness, right, for those that may not know a little bit of the background, right, where are you coming from? Because it wasn't always fitness.
Yeah, so, well, like, it was always fitness as well, but we've also got a strong passion in music as well. So it was all, before even the fitness side, we went to college to study music production and all that kind of stuff. We used to make beats a lot of the time. We made a noise on a small, probably national scale with our family member group called S Squad.
Yeah. Which
consisted of elder brothers, cousins, all blood related. But I guess when we did that, the music scene was nowhere like it is now. Early, so I guess
way different now.
Didn't really pop like that. So outside of doing that, when that fell down for us, the next thing that came up again was the fitness side, and then since then we've just been running with it.
Yeah. We was about 15 when we started to make beats as well. So our older brother, known as Fourth Lord, he's in the group as well. He kind of taught us how to make beats. He was doing beats himself, and then we just took a liking and interest into it, and he bought us a PC and a Cubase. Cubase back then, it's more Logic and Reason and different things, Pro Tools now.
Yeah.
We was using Cubase. Didn't kind of get it at first, and then when we got to the music college, just when we started to use Reason, and then from there.
So yeah, let's even go. So after school, we did kind of trash at school. Didn't really take school seriously. Went to Warsaw College. That's when we did a level 2 fitness instructor course. Just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Figured out what is it that we're passionate about. Easiest thing to do was fitness. So we did a fitness qualification, got level 2. It was kind of at Alexander Stadium. For anyone that knows Alexander, the old Alexander Stadium before it changed around now, we used to do a few gym instructor shifts there and stuff like that. We used to train there as well sometime.
Yeah.
And obviously, that wasn't really what we wanted. How it was panned out then, and wasn't really then. The music side took over. We went to music college, access to music. It was on Constitution Hill. I don't think it's there no more.
I think it's moved to Round the court, Digbeth now. It's in Digbeth now.
Everything's around. It's around Digbeth. So yeah, we did that for a few years, and then that's when the music side started to pick off the S Squad, and we started to do like beats, and then that's kind of that explosion kind of happened, and then obviously that filtered down, and it took like a 360, come back into the fitness. Then we leveled up our qualifications in that, level 3 personal trainers, other little courses and upskilling things in between that as well. And then we always wanted to do our own fitness thing. We always used to talk to each other and said, I'd love to be able to do our own thing. I'd love to be able to own a gym or teach classes and then from there, it just built up. I think along the journey, we met someone named Ezra at His Fitness.
Yeah.
Saw him, he's a big person in the community. And he was a good reference. Shout out to Ezra. He's a good reference to see someone from our community that's doing what essentially we always used to speak about we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Prior to that, the reference point of seeing people do classes, people that don't look like us, so it didn't look like it was possible. Not to say it wasn't possible, but it didn't look relatable.
Yeah, yeah.
Fast forward, one of my sisters used to go, shout out my sister Sandra, she used to go to Ezra's classes. She always used to mention him. I came along to his classes one of the days and I'm like, yo, this even more confirmed that this is what we can do as well.
Yeah.
And him as a big man as well, seeing someone of his age who's fit and seeing them with abs, man, that was new.
Yeah.
It was always something as I used to say to myself, when I'm older, I'm always gonna be in shape, but to see someone like him, someone you can physically touch and speak to was a good reference as well. But also the name Twin Peas, that was our production name, so Twin Peas Production as well, to add on to that what P was saying. That's where the name, so when it says Twin Peas, Twinsane Fitness, Twin Peas came from our older brother again. He used to shout us out when he used to make freestyling tapes.
Okay,
Shout out to Twin Peas. And so that name came from him.
Because originally, when we was producing, it was, shout out my cousin One Eye as well. It was the three of us initially. When One Eye started to more lead towards a rapping. And then it was us two, but I was thinking, what would we call ourselves, or what name would we say? Like I said, my older brother used to freestyle a lot. Then he used to say something Twin Peas. I'm like, wow, that's the name.
Yeah, yeah.
Rings with us makes sense. The twins are both our initials, PMP.
Yeah.
That was our name. That was our producer name, and it just followed us into the fitness side now. So Twin Peas, Twinsane Fitness.
And also with the music side again, we also have a degree in sound engineering as well.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that before. Really.
I had that about 10 years ago. With
so that's what I'm saying.
In that now.
The passions have kind of been battling each other. It's been music, fitness,
music and fitness have been had an interesting.
Yeah.
So it's always been the two.
Which one would you say, right, you get the most joy from out of the two?
I say definitely at this point in time, definitely fitness.
Yeah.
Definitely at this point.
In the earlier stages, definitely the musical side, because you're being creative in your element. You're creating something from nothing, essentially.
Yeah.
I think back in the days back then as well, when you had the CDs, now it's just streaming and everyone's got access to. What's like was our favorite producers was like Havoc and Alchemist. So when we used to look at the booklet and then look at who made the beats from certain tunes that we liked, that's how we see, and they used to sample that. That's how kind of the methods we would use as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And inspiration from those guys as well.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's always been the two passions: fitness, music. Just being able to fuse the two together. But right now, the fitness side is leading.
It's leading. When was the point, right? Because I remember going to Ezra's and seeing you both come there as well. But what was the point where you both said, we're going to start up this fitness thing, Twinsane?
I think frustration, like you said, we came out of uni having a sound engineering degree.
Yeah.
You really know what to do with it as well.
You know what to do with it.
Find out.
You kind of at uni, you get told, you can go into this field, that field. And when you leave uni, you're like, right, we're applying for jobs. We're applying for air. There's nothing there to apply for. That's the way you got to do it. You got to go.
Or there's something. There might be a position there, but there's 200 to 1.
That's what I'm saying. It's like 300 other people trying to apply for the same job for two people. Like, you ain't clicky with them people over there. It's in the next city. I'm thinking, I got youths. How am I meant to make this work? All them things are going through my head. Like, this ain't gonna work, man. So, out of frustration, it's like,
it's just the opportunity that was presented, but again, being open to try new things as well. When that opportunity got presented, we just ran with it. I remember when we did our first class, so both of us when we first decided to do, and when it was the date was set to run, it was kind of like, yeah, man, can't wait. But as soon as the day come, I was nervous, man.
Where was the first class? So where was that?
First one at Laura Road Community Centre.
Yeah.
That was the first class that we did. Like I said, nervous to do it, man. I think I posted something. It must have been the January of the year we started.
Yeah.
And it probably got like 100 likes and it got loads of comments. And in my head, it got 100 likes. So in my head, I'm thinking, that's 100 people that are coming. But you know how it go already. Enough people like your stuff, and then probably 10 people probably really kind of go for it. But I looked at that like, right, all these people, bag of people commenting, yeah, I'm coming. And then in the end of the day, I think we only had about like 8 people. Half of them were family.
8 to 12 people or something.
Half of them were family members and a couple other close people.
Yeah.
So in my head, but yeah, your mind can mess with you. Because I was almost taught to ourselves how to do that class.
Oh, is it?
And that's what I'm saying. Imagine had we have not done it, we wouldn't be at this point right now.
Yeah.
So I say to anybody that's really got a passion or something, really gone for it, man. Especially
if you're fearful of it, or you get that feeling of like, raw, I don't know if I can do that. That's when you know you're supposed to do something.
That was a sign as well. When you feel a bit apprehensive of something, but you know the end goal is for the greater good, you're supposed to do it, man.
That's important, you know, because, you know, if you think about it, right, I mean, you've done that first session and you said 8 to 10, and most of them was family and some close friends. You know, after that session, what was in your thoughts? What was you thinking about straight after that session?
I was working at a car rental company at the time. I think it probably wasn't after the first one, but after the first couple of them, it was a different feeling, man. It was like I love this feeling. It's a feeling of like, I feel like I'm doing so, you know, like a purposeful feeling.
Yeah.
I'm living my purpose when I'm doing this. Hard to explain, but it made me think like the pay I got that day at work was the same or similar to what we made in that hour. So for no one's taught us this before.
Yeah.
No one's taught you could do your own thing and make money and enjoy it, and it don't feel like work. It just don't feel like work to us. It's enjoyable, it's fun.
Yeah.
When we're doing a class and the hour, it's coming to almost kind of screwing like, yo, I want to go longer. I want to do more. This is fun to us. Just to see the reaction and you know, see someone initially come to you anxious and a bit nervous.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they're like, yo, I'm glad I came. You made me feel a certain way.
So
I tell my friends.
Added value to them.
That's what I'm saying.
And then they meet other people that may be like them and they're friends with them. And you see them do their own thing, go out, go for meals and build their own friendships. Nice, man. That come from us. It's a beautiful feeling. To
create a family by even fluke, not even thinking that was going to be the concept. We created a family environment, a family unit.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that have come to our class didn't know each other from nothing, and these are close friends now.
There's no way there would have been no reason for them to meet in
a
love kind of place.
Bridging the gap, yeah.
And that's important, you know, because I remember Ezra speaking about that in terms of a community, but also he's big on the work that he does. It doesn't feel like work because he's enjoying it. It doesn't feel like work.
Man. Love it.
Yeah.
People say when we do, because we do other jobs outside of what we do as well.
Yeah.
People see how busy we are and we do different things. And some people say, I don't know how you do both of them, or I don't know how you do this and that.
It's not work.
It ain't work, man.
Yeah,
fun, man.
It's just fun.
I want to do this for all of my day, if I could, if it was possible to do like, and hopefully it leads onto that.
That's the goal, to make it lead. It's getting there. It's the challenge, but it's getting there just to make it monetize to the point where that's the only thing we need to do.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead in life for what you want to do.
A question what I want to ask, and I've always thought about this. Does it interfere with your own fitness journey? Because if you're like training sessions, where do you get the time to do your own sessions as well?
At points it did.
Yeah.
I say more now. We've always been conscious of it anyway.
Yeah.
I think I'm even more conscious of more. I have to make sure I get my own training in, and like I go to a gym where there's a sauna and steam room, and I make sure I do that as well. Cardio, more conscious of my cardio, so it's nicely balanced though. So I'm more conscious of it, how I eat, all them kind of things. But at times it can get in the way. You can find your sleep can be a bit messy here and there, but once you find your own balance and you know what your goals are, our own personal selves, and it fits and flows. It's supposed to be.
Can definitely be a challenge though. You know, we got kids, so you got to think of implementing them, co-parenting in a relationship. You got to make time for them. So it is a balance. It is a balance. Sometimes not enough hours in a day.
Yeah.
And you can have your own rest. Sometimes as well, for me, sometimes when we're busy, when it's peak times when we're busy, we're finishing late and waking up early. So it's
Yeah.
that dynamic. So it can be a lot sometimes.
But I think over time now it's more manageable. You just learn how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't mind it, man. When I'm doing something I love and I enjoy it, even though I'm going to bed late and I wake up early, I don't even feel tired throughout the. I expect me to be tired. I enjoy it and love it.
Yeah.
I think rather I realize I even had that much sleep, but you forget. You don't realize it because you're doing something you like and you enjoy.
Do you know what I want to check, right? Because I'm just going to get straight into it. When you see fitness instructors, right, similar to yourself, you forget, right, that there's the human element behind it as well. Like, you are people. You're not robots, right? You are people. But this fitness journey really can interfere with your family life. Because, like, let's not dance around the bush, right? You've got groups of people around you, right? You got females around you as well. But as fitness instructors, how do you find that kind of like boundaries and protecting your own personal space and it not interfering with your family life?
Just gotta be professional, man. You just gotta know, gotta have your own boundaries in your own head. And if someone crosses them, you gotta make it known straight away.
Yeah.
I think it's just how we are as people though. Once you read how someone is, you're gonna know how to approach them anyway.
Yeah.
We ain't open and loose and out here and about there like that anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even conflict. It doesn't even get in the way in that sense.
Yeah.
It's already how we address ourselves and present ourselves is always with a level of professionalism. So
Yeah.
that doesn't even enter the space or that energy or frequency don't even come into play like in that sense like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because that can be difficult, you know. That definitely can be difficult. But also that emotional journey.
Yeah.
Because, you know, keeping motivated as well, right? I mean, you're motivating a community now. You might as well call it a community because you've got a big following. But who motivates you?
Nah, you're right, man. Because it can generally be a lot as well. Because, like you said, sometimes unknowing to some people, sometimes they're reaching out to us, not knowing that other people are reaching out to us as well. So a lot of people are trying to take or grab your energy or receive. So sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming. So I suppose with this journey, we're still learning as we go along. So we're not really knowing how to interpret certain things. So maybe a couple of people might ask for my advice on certain things, but now they say, yeah, ask me. Don't, anytime you want to reach out or ask for advice about your training or whatever, fire away. But that might be 10 people. And now I've got 10 people kind of taking something from me at the same time.
Yeah.
It can be a lot. So I guess it's down to you as well, how you set a boundary, and even down to shutting your phone off at a certain time.
Yeah.
I can't message at a certain time. Not being as accessible.
Yeah.
Has got on top sometime, but as we're going along on the journey, we're learning to control it and manipulate things to where
There's definitely
progresses and processes in place to where
Yeah.
it's more
definitely
structured.
ways to monitor it though. I got two phones. I got my own. I got a work phone and a personal phone.
Yeah.
So my work phone, I may see a message, but I respond to it in my time when I'm not feeling up to responding to it in that time, or I know it's going to be a lengthy conversation.
Yeah.
It might be, I don't know, 8 in the evening, and I got my daughter to send to bed or just my own stuff that I need to do for my. I'll respond to it another time, or whether I respond to it then, I'll explain that. We'll talk more about it in the morning or the next day.
Okay. Yeah.
There's ways around it.
Yeah.
And being professional and respectful as well.
Yeah. I've, over the last 12 months, because I know that you've evolved even during lockdown, right? You adjusted, you know, to the situation. But for me, looking on the outside, over the last 12 months, I have definitely saw a complete change. And I think we spoke, right, at an event at the Drum, and I said to you that I've noticed something different, right? The elevation is leveled up again. What is it that you've done over the last 12 months that you've introduced?
Just being more intentional, you know.
More intentional.
Both at the start of the year,
Yeah.
both sat down and planned how we're going to do certain posts and what capacity we're going to implement that's new.
Yeah.
So it was more this intention rather than kind of winging it almost.
Okay.
There was tactics and strategies put in place, not so much written down, but spoken about between us, how we're gonna do things. So that's why it would look like that.
Whereas before, even though it may have worked out, like, yeah, man, these like doing progressing. Some of the times we've just been literally just, I wouldn't say winging it, but just going with the flow and just thinking about it on the spot. Whereas this year we've definitely implemented things in place.
Yeah.
Putting structures, where we want to be in certain months, what we want to do in certain months.
Yeah.
What type of orders we want to attract, what type of collaborations we want to do.
Yeah.
We want to do.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So it's definitely been more of a strategy and a structure this year.
It's very intentional, but like trial and error, but you figured out what things worked and what didn't, and it's kept doing the things that looked like they was working.
Okay, yeah. So where would you say that you are in terms of that strategy? Are you where you want to be at this time? So say, for instance, cast your mind back 12 months ago and you thought, do you know what, we're going to be more intentional and we want to be here.
I think so.
I think it was better.
We've done better. That's what I mean. We've passed certain things. Certain things we've surpassed.
Yeah.
Sure, man. So yeah.
I don't think we didn't expect to win no awards. Wasn't planning to. I don't think you ever do. I don't think anyone does. But I didn't expect to get that recognition or people notice us in the way that they have.
Yes.
We was just doing us. It was in our own lane. It's us two. This is what we're doing, and this is how we're gonna do it. We weren't really thinking of nothing else outside of it. But people that seem to see it,
gravitate towards. Like even a new thing that we implemented is the hikes as well. We did a lot of community hikes. The first one we did was in Malvern Hills. We just literally said, this is what we're gonna do. We've got our group, community WhatsApp group and all that as well, and we got social media so people can see what we're doing. This is what we're gonna do. If you want to join us, this is the meetup, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
We got a good response, good turnout, from the first one. And then from there, we've done about 4 more altogether this year.
Okay, yeah.
And then the last one we had, I'm sure it was near 100 people turn up.
Saw that post.
That's something that we never said that we're going to do this year.
Even though we spoke about it, not thinking, we plan to get X amount of people. We just want to do something for the community and with ourselves doing it as well. We just want to do it together with other people. But we never could have imagined it being as much people as it became.
Another one we did, we started walking in a running group, mainly based in Handsworth Park. Since then, a few clients have gone on to do 5Ks, charity runs and stuff like that as well.
Oh, is it?
We didn't even think of nothing. We was thinking more for us. We want to start implementing our cardio, our routine. Let's put on a little weekend running group.
Let's share it with the people.
It's gone crazy like that.
So with the walking, right? What is the future plans with that, and also what are the benefits? Are you finding like the health benefits of the hikes that you're doing?
So regarding the walking, it's just, if you're an able-bodied person, it's the starting point that you can do to, increase your heart rate, get your body flowing, getting fitter,
get more steps in.
So and it's meet new people as well.
Yeah.
On the walks, you meet new people, have conversation, you find you got things in common with somebody else.
Yeah.
And you build your confidence up that way. And then from there, you turn that into a steady jog. And then from there, people have then gone on to doing some of our classes, which maybe before that you found intimidating to do.
Yeah.
Now you've
kind of bridged the gap and kind of was a bit of an icebreaker for them.
Okay.
They got to see us and meet us in person and say, oh, you are cool or ain't that bad.
Because that's another misconception. People see our snippets on social media, see a class or something, and think that looks too hard. It's like gonna kill me. But then you meet us and you do the actual class and you realize, you know what, these are actually cool.
Yeah.
Well received. We listen and, it ain't that bad.
The understanding is, I don't know, people think we're gonna some drill sergeants, so we're gonna.
That's the mad misconception.
Shout in your face and be a spit on your face. It ain't like that, man. We're cool. We're trying to, every time when I see someone that's new and they might be struggling and then say there's 10 seconds left, I'm like, yo, you can do 2 more, man, or do it this way, or saying it in an encouraging way that's gonna make you want to do it. I'm not shouting it, making it feel embarrassing for everyone. It's a way that can only motivate you to do more.
And that's the next misconception that I don't want to highlight our own community, but we feel a lot of people can't take shame. And I find, especially with a lot of the males, I try and encourage to come to the classes as well. Because it kind of seems like a predominantly female based class. A lot of males get intimidated thinking, there's too much women there. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to shame me up in front of all the girls because I'm not as fit. But that's never the case. It's not the case at all. We're professional at what we do. We're all qualified. It's not a ghetto, shubbing type thing you're coming to. The structures in place, waiver forms, making sure you're competent to train, proper warm-up.
Yeah.
So we encourage you to come on time, proper structured class. If someone's been a regular and you're a newbie, you're not going to do the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
You're going to be monitored a bit more.
Yeah.
All these things are in place. But I suppose through social media, sometimes it's hard to get that across because you're seeing snippet highlight reels.
Yeah.
And just this looks too mad for me. But if you was to come and actually see the structure of how it works, you would see there's people from different walks of life, different health, abilities, weight, sizes, ages, and we cater for everybody, which is a challenge for most people to do.
You know what? That was something I was going to ask you, in terms of balancing all of that, because we've known each other for years. So I know what you see on the social media is not that. I know you as individuals.
Yeah.
But is that why? Because I've noticed that you put up posts now where people are talking about their experience and the feedback. And seeing that, I've started to see the human side of the Twinsane Fitness. So it's important what you said in terms of social media paints a particular picture in terms of these classes are too hard because people are working hard in these classes, right? And you are pushing them, but you're both human.
Very true, man.
Yeah.
Very true.
That goes down to the intention of what we said about the plan of what we spoke about as well with certain posts. So that's why we did certain posts like that where you got real people that come.
Yeah.
And all different shapes and sizes and genders, sharing what their experience is like.
Yeah.
If someone sees that now, they look like me or they started where I started from.
Relatable.
It's more relatable.
Yeah.
And then we encourage, like with the walking group, we encourage parents to come with their young people as well, kids. Bring my kids along sometimes to the hikes and stuff like that. So to make it to seem human and more family orientated and inclusive to everybody.
Yeah.
It's a thing that only a certain type of people can do. Everybody can participate in some way, shape or form.
Yeah.
It's for everybody what we're trying to do.
And I think that the miss one across the board is in society is how much of an impact it does for your mental health as well. Especially the walks and things like that.
Yeah.
You're out in the open, you're around new people.
Yeah.
It's good for just your mental. Because walking so low impact, anybody can do, unless you got bad knees and feet, ankles or whatever. But pretty much everyone can do it. So it's a form of fitness.
Yeah.
It's a way of burning more calories, getting more steps in.
Yeah.
You're doing it with people who are on similar fitness levels to yourself, whether it be this below or what we considered low or high.
Yeah.
You've seen them being around all these people and you can talk to them, access to them.
Yeah.
And you can hear their stories of they started where you are and they're up there now.
Yeah.
You can do the same.
Also as well, just to admit, like to change, in terms of fitness, doesn't have to mean you got to go to the gym. So that's why we implement these other activities that we're encouraging the kids, like the walking and the hikes.
Yeah.
You can do for free.
Yeah.
And you can get a lot out of it as well.
Yeah.
It can just be the starting point for your journey. So that's what we're encouraging. When people think, I've got to get fit, they think I've got to join the gym, or you haven't got to do that. You can be around your own area and just be active.
Yeah.
In your house, go up your stairs, two steps of your stairs, just go up and down.
Yeah.
Literally, man.
March on the spot. If you're watching the TV, when the adverts on, get up and do some star jumps or some squats, anything like just to be mobile and keep moving.
Yeah.
And then if you got young people in your house and they see that, they're not going to go by just what you say to them. They're going to go by what you show them. So if you're showing them that's normal to be active and fit and healthy, then they grow up being better individuals and humans.
Yeah.
So
that's what I love with what we do, because we can get our kids involved as well.
Yeah.
when I'm in my yard, I got a pull-up bar on my door. Daughter's always swinging on it. Trying to do pull-ups on there.
Yeah.
Because she sees me do it.
Yeah.
When I do press-ups, wants to jump on my back or
Yeah.
join in with me. I'm doing abs, leg raises.
Yeah.
There, so she sees it.
And that's the human element. That's the human side, right? That people don't see, right? They see you're active on the gram. And that's why I say we had the question earlier on in terms of protecting that, because you got to ensure that you protect your personal space and not keep giving.
And that's sometimes I do kind of want to share more more personal, but sometimes I'm like, but I feel like that's kind of the way you kind of gotta go. But
that might be something that we speak about that we might implement more going forward this year as well. So
Yeah.
might see more a day in the life of
Yeah.
things like that.
Trust me, man, there's way many layers to us than just fitness. We're human beings, we have emotions and feelings just like anybody else.
Yeah.
I think through social media, this makes us seem like you eat chicken and broccoli for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You drink water. You don't consume no snack processed food. Like we're human, just like anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, walking Terminators, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Normal people.
We're susceptible to change and all that as well. So that's what,
Do you know what it is, right? Because I was going to ask this question anyway in terms of a day in the life of the twins. Because everything that you do, it doesn't just appear. There's a process, right? Exactly. What would be a typical day for the both of you? Because I can imagine it has to be structured, like...
For me, so say like a Monday, Tuesday, school run. I got my kids, school run. Or sometimes even before the school run, I might, depending on the schedule, I can do a PT early in the, so I can probably start from 5, 6 a.m. in the morning. My morning can start. I do a PT, I'll teach a class, coming back, get the kids ready for school, do the school run, finish off a few more clients, do my own training, go home, make some dinner, cook some dinner for them, try and chill a little bit.
Yeah.
Do the school run again. Then my kids got some extracurricular activity. My son goes kickboxing. My daughter goes athletics. Then we got the evening class. Oh my days, sounds a lot.
That is.
Then come back home. Sometimes I'll bring my kids food. I'll cook the food, put it in a container, bring it to them. Because if I know we're going to do the class, I'll bring my food in a container. I can heat up the food when I get to the class. Or if not, after the class, after 6, 7, come back home, have their dinner, get them ready tell them to sort themselves out for the next day, bed and all that, iron up your clothes. Try and chill, do a bit of admin, look at my phone, bag of messages I haven't answered throughout the whole day, try do that, try and unwind, catch up, watch a podcast or something, or do something, do some kind of wind down.
Yeah.
Bed up, man.
And that's like a consistent cycle on those days where you know that you,
on those days. Like the earlier part of the week for me is crazy. It kind of tapers off towards the end of the week. But
yeah.
Mine is pretty much similar. I recently started work over a year ago. I started working in a school, like in a pastoral kind of environment. Yeah. Only temporary though, so I finished at the end of the term. So I might get up at 5:30 in the morning. I get my daughter ready after I drop her off to her auntie.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do the school run, depending on the day as well. Get to work, do my shift at work, come back. Depending on what day it is, I might do I don't even go home, so I go straight to the class, sit up.
Yeah.
I have to bring food throughout the day, stuff like that. Sometimes I have to bring my daughter to gymnastics as well.
Yeah.
So it's a lot as well. It's a long day mainly from 5:30 in the morning I'm up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I might wake up at 5. I bought like a bike, the cardio bikes.
Yes.
I do that in the morning before I wake her up, just to get my little exercise in first thing if I know I got a long day.
Yeah.
I try to get my own workout in. It just depends on the day though.
Yeah, yeah. And do you know what? We were speaking, right, to Andre, right, who does we've got his book here, right, The Economic Simplified. And we was talking about wealth. And this is a perfect example of wealth because we're all rich, right? But it's not financially rich. Yeah. There's certain disciplines, right, that you have, right, to have a millionaire mindset, right? There's certain things, and you're creating a community that you can't come into the community unless you have this kind of like thought process in it. And exactly what you've just said there's disciplines that you have to do every single day to be where you are. And that's the community that you're building. The other thing is as well, you mentioned it earlier on in terms of like men, especially in our community, we don't like that embarrassment, right? Because it's egos. Definitely. There is egos, right? But I think the positive thing about the community that you're building is that you're trying to strip away those egos. And in time, more people will come on board,
100%.
right, and say, do you know what? It doesn't matter if you shout at me or if you say this, because you're doing it to improve me,
100%.
not taking it personal.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like, a lot of things for people, man. Got, too much pride and take things too personal, and it's not that.
Yeah.
Like, if you just listen to comprehend and not respond,
Yeah.
you get a lot more out of it. If you just follow the process and embrace it, you would get it.
Yeah.
You would get it, man. But it's challenging though. I suppose in time people will get to it, but I kind of wish it was a lot sooner for some people.
Yeah.
I see some people, I'll see somebody now, I haven't told them. It happens every time. I ain't seen them for ages. Yo, I need to come to you like this class. Yeah. Yeah, man, when you're ready, these are the days that we do. All right, I'm going to start next week. Next week comes. Then it'll taper off, fall off again.
Let's get to the point now where if someone says it,
I know.
Yeah,
Trust me.
It wasn't have a little laugh and a joke, but be serious at the same time. Like, say you coming, but you ain't coming.
When people say it to me now, I say, yeah, man, when you're ready, man.
Yeah.
Before I be on it, like, yeah, you sure? Give me a number, I'm going to send you all of this, but now I'm like, yeah, man, when you're ready.
Yeah.
It goes down to something I remember one of my older brothers saying, like, everybody don't wake up at the same time of the day. So I guess we woke up to something now, and they'll wake up to when they're ready. I just have to leave them.
I look at us, we was kind of ignorant to it. It was more just gym guys, wasn't really on the, the endurance or the fitness kind of side. It's one of more
Even
for
the
the aesthetics
as well.
Yeah. So I suppose even while we changed a lot sooner, that's how some people are slower to embrace that.
Yeah.
So it's one of them as well.
What's the future direction of the brand? Because you've got the Twinsane brand now, and I see all the merch and the marketing of it. What is the future direction for it?
I suppose we just want to get more tailored and tidy up on areas, do it to where it can be automated as well, where we haven't got to be as involved. Because for the most part, we're doing everything. So in terms of merch, selling the merch, shipping it, it's all us. It's like, in terms of this classes, setting it up, it's all us.
Yeah.
Everything to do with Twinsane for the most part. Obviously, you get little bits of help. And for the most part, 90%, 99% even, it's just me and bro.
A lot of it's trial and error as well.
Yeah.
But through that trial and error process, we're learning how to do certain things. So sooner or later, it might be a case of delegating certain things to certain people, adding more, I guess you could say, staff to the team, and say this is a section of that we need help in.
Yeah.
Cover that area, then so on and so forth as well.
And I think that's kind of where it's slowly going in that direction.
Yeah.
But it's a trust thing as well, because this is our baby, innit? So we want people that's involved that's gonna really not say, I can do 2 weeks and then I'm busy, I can't. That's the kind of the thing we want to avoid happening. But
Online coaching is another platform that we want to add to the brand as well. That's where we're in the process of at the moment.
Yeah. Because you're doing the ebooks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. What is it?
To be fair, it's only a simple thing. It's we set up like a funnel so that people put their information in, their email, their contact number and stuff in it. And from that process, they download it. They get an ebook that kind of shows you how to eat better in the Christmas period.
Oh, is it?
So kind of got a few recipes on there and a few like common things that people will eat. You kind of break down how much calories are in.
Okay.
You might eat it might be like a dairy milk chocolate bar on there, and that might have 300 calories.
Yeah.
I'm just going off the top of my head, but it will give someone an insight. Say if they eat 6 of them, then you know how much calories they're kind of consuming over that period of time. So,
because that's where a lot of people go wrong. They eat something, they think, it's only small.
Yeah.
It's nothing in it. But you're not realizing how dense it is in terms of the calories, sugar, and fats.
You weigh yourself next week and you're like, I gained X amount of pounds and I ain't even done nothing.
But it's because of all of these little things.
So it's just educating you on what you're eating and what's actually in the foods that you're consuming commonly over that period of time as well.
Yeah.
So that's what we got at the moment. You can, if you're on our social medias around this time and you see, you can select the link and put your details in there and it will give you the access to that.
Yeah.
Just download it. So it's free.
But so that's what we're implementing. A few things like that. So you'll see regular things like that come up all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like generate tips and stuff like that.
Generate interest, lead gen, and more awareness to our brand as well. That's what we're doing it for.
You know, with any business, right, and you have business partners, it's not always plain sailing, right? There's definitely times where there's those difficult conversations. But as family members, how do you overcome things like that? Or do you have those difficult conversations where you just put the phone down and say, I can't speak to you today?
Funny enough, the way certain things are allocated, it just falls naturally. Things that he might be better than me at, and vice versa.
Oh,
And it just
okay.
falls. No one would have to really speak about it. I guess it's an on-scene bond or connection that you kind of get from each other. Like, he's better at certain things than I am, and vice versa. And we kind of just stay in that lane.
Kind of naturally take our roles without even thinking about it.
Is it?
Sometimes when we have clashed, I'm gonna say this, even as brothers, when we have clashed, by the end of the day, we've made up though. That's one thing I'll say about us.
And that's not even just that's not even just related to business. That's just in general.
Anything.
Yeah.
From when we've been young to now, if we ever clash or something, call each other ignorant names by the end of the day. Or
you did, man.
by the end of the probably even like now we clash about something. Next hour, I'm sending him a message about something that's beneficial to both of us.
LOLing about something more.
And then the argument's done. That's why one thing I can say about us that way.
It's not even a case of I need to say sorry or not. That message is the sorry. Like, you don't have to say, yo, my bad for that. Depending on what it is, might have to, but for the most part, it's never like a crazy violation where it's got to that point.
Has there ever been a time, right, where you've been annoyed with each other though, and the whole day you haven't spoke?
Probably has, but I can't think of it though.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there has to be.
But on a small scale, that's like you just said, say a little one or two ignorant things to cost to yourself. By the end of the day, though,
or probably if it did happen, it was a case of where we didn't need to. There was nothing needed to be said on that day, so
just cool off, give each other space and
go
on against. We're around each other regular, or communicate regular anyway. So
I might listen hear a tune on Spotify and I share it to him. Listen to this, or
that's the
or see a video on YouTube and share it to him.
That's the end of it. We're like that.
That's it, like that. Done.
And that's the important thing that I've not thought about, giving each other space as well. Because you do so much things together. Do you kind of like give each other space as well so that you...
It's naturally. What can be annoying sometimes when, like, if I'm on my own and I'm out somewhere, I say, where's your brother?
Do you know what I did? I did that. I don't even know which one I did when we went to the event.
Ask him. You got his number. Ask him. Like, stuff like that can be annoying. We're our own, even though we're twins, we're our own person as well. Like, I got kids. He's got kids.
Don't drive the same car. I don't make him breakfast. What he eating? Or I don't ask him what he's wearing.
I feel like some people literally think that's we do everything together. I know there's twins that probably do flex like that, and we are still close, but we have our own individual thing as well.
Yeah,
it's not everything that we do. We're similar in all aspects, but we've got our own little...
got our own life, own mind.
Yeah.
Own ways of doing things
as well.
I'm guilty of that, because I've done that with you today. And then I don't know which one was at the event in Digbeth when you had that men's talk thing. Oh, yeah. I've done that as well. As soon as I see any of you, I was like, yo, where's your brother?
Sometimes that can be like... Ask him, man. Especially when you know him, so you know him and you got his number, hit him up with it. Can be a bit annoying. Some stuff like that can be a bit annoying.
Or just things in general. If he's got something, like he had kids before me, so people are asking me, "Where's mine?" So, what you mean? 40 times.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah,
stuff like that can be a bit. Or sometimes you can see it coming before someone's even asked you as well.
Yeah.
Here we go. Then.
Because it's so common though, and it go where it's annoying. Sometimes we have to play on it and not show the frustration or irritation. You understand the person doesn't get it. Not us hearing it all the time, so we can understand why someone would say that.
Yeah.
Because us we hear it 1,000 times, but that person might be the first person someone say it to us. So you kind of we're mindful of that as well. So
it's constantly thinking and being aware of that emotional intelligence, and it just really being aware of yourselves. I mean, when you started getting, and I know the awards are, I wouldn't even say they're a small thing, but it's a recognition of the stuff that you've been doing. When you got the call up for those awards, how did it feel when you were nominated?
At first, when the names are being read out, and then it comes to the point where they're about to announce the winner, your belly's kind of belly goes a little funny. But when you hear or see your names, and it feels nice, man. It's a nice, hard to explain, but it's nice to be recognized in front of so many people.
Yeah.
And other people in the audience might recognize you for what you're doing there. Say, yo, you that gotta be winning this one or whatever, or they just respect it. It's just nice to get that kind of the accolades and response to that as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's good as well that our kids get to see it as well, because they've been around for the most part the start of their journey. They see us day in, day out when they're around us, how we're setting up, doing this, the processes, how we're running things, business and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that for them to see us get rewarded or the recognition, that's what I like. Like the latest one we won was the street cred one. Shout out to Mark the Way.
Yeah.
Big thing that he did. Doing at the Symphony Hall. That was a big achievement.
That was nicely done as well, man. How he presented it was good.
Yeah.
So shout out to him, man. But our kids came to that one, and it was good for them to see the whole thing. They saw a couple of celebrities. I think Miss was in there. A couple of Kaylee Gold, I forget which one. She was there. They recognized their voice from the radio.
Yeah.
A couple of other familiar faces were in there, and it was like watching them just in awe.
And when we
gassed up. It was good to see, man.
And when we won, they brought them up on the
stage
stage
with us as well.
They just got to. It was nice for them to get to see someone their fathers win something and people applauding them, and
at a young age.
That's big for their mentality to see as well.
Yeah.
See something can be done and see that's someone that can touch in real time. That's my dad. That's my uncle.
Yeah.
One thing I love that what we do as well, we can brag and boast what we do and not have to look over the shoulder thing as well.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can be saying I'm proud of, where I can say everything to them what I'm doing.
Yes.
In terms of the business, I ain't gonna hide nothing them because it's a little sneaky or dodgy, or show them all the process of what we're doing. That's one thing I love. Although it's challenging, been a challenge to get it to where it's at now. There's still more challenges to go. I'm just glad we can show them the steps, because we're still learning on the journey as well. Yeah. So if they get to a certain age where I want to set up this, I'm gonna know how to tap in and show them certain
even
things.
Point them to somebody who can help them with something as well.
Yeah.
Like A to Z, I can just show you this is what you're gonna do, or I didn't do it like this. I did it the other way, the backwards way. This is how you need to do it. That's the concept. I love. That's one thing I can look at and say, I'm glad that I love the fact that they can see it. Makes me feel
in
real time. You can see it's not an overnight thing as well. You can see it took can see the pictures as well, and the videos even from when they was babies. You can see it's documented. And we see the growth in it. Height that it's reached at the present time.
It's definitely, and you know the other thing as well, and we said it earlier on, in terms of the stuff that you're doing a lot yourselves. Because when I was speaking to Dan, man, I was quite surprised that even the drone shots and the video shots, he said 99% of it is all you. Like, you've went and bought your own drone.
Yeah.
You probably asked for advice here and there, but you're doing it all yourself.
Even YouTube just figured it out. One or two YouTube videos and then just play with it.
Yeah.
Crashed it a couple of times as well.
Yeah.
But it's not broken though, it's good.
Yeah.
But just trialing it. Like we said, trialing them. You have to try it yourself, man. You can't really wait on no one.
Yeah.
Because if you're waiting, you have to pay for some course or something, and then that starts at a certain time, and you don't really need it. It's all
accessible nowadays. Yeah.
Google or YouTube, everything's there.
Yeah.
You just gotta know what you're looking for.
But as well, we got a genuine interest in the editing side as well. So it makes it easier to transition.
The sick thing about that comes from when we used to make beats as well.
Yeah.
So when you're chopping up samples and placing the beats together and quantizing and all that stuff, it's almost a similar look.
Same
editing a video.
Same content
it's like a transferable skill in it.
Yeah.
So that helped in that. Even though it's not making a beat, it still helped in its own way.
Same concept.
And you both, right, at the moment, you have your sessions at locations at the moment. Is there a plan to have your own base?
That's in it.
It's funny you say that, because we've been having a conversation. I don't want to speak too much because it's nothing confirmed, but that is definitely the next stage where we want to take it, to have our own premises, our own base, our own unit.
Yeah.
But there's kind of talks in the pipeline. It's not really confirmed yet, but so I don't really want to speak on it highly, but that's definitely the next leveling point for us to get our own.
Something we want to do eventually.
Premises, own base area, where headquarters type thing, where This is where we are.
A fit where you can just do all like a wellness,
yes.
wellness.
Even I feel we still use other areas as well, just for the
even for our own training as well. Even something that we just want to use for us.
Yeah.
Say this is our gym. I just want to go to my gym or my place where I can do my own little session without having to wait. Go to the gym and say, how many sets you got on this?
Yeah.
Let's say, let's go to my place and when I'm ready, put my tunes on.
Yeah.
Not hear no noise, just me and the weight, or both of us.
Yeah. And I know that it's a lot of it is community-based at the moment, but is there any thoughts to go into kind of like the athlete side, like sports and so forth? So, you know, people that are either pro or semi-pro athletes, that they want someone to train them up. Is there any future plans to do that, or do you want to keep it like community?
We're open to all of it, man.
All aspects of it. All of it. I haven't probably thought that deep into it yet, but there's been a few type athletes that we've kind of had conversation with or contact with over the journey, Twinsane journey, but nothing set in stone. But yeah, it's always there's nothing that no stone unturned type thing. We want to open to all. Obviously, the industry is going to change. It's going more into VR, you know, all them kind of things. So we want to adapt with how the industry is going as well. Yeah. We don't want to stay stagnant or the same.
Always open to change, open to move with the times.
Yeah, 100%. So we're open to it all.
Yeah. I've noticed that with you two, is that you keep evolving. Like over the years, right? You keep evolving and adapting.
I feel like the next thing that we definitely want to do is more fitness events. So we're doing events where we've got a bigger audience and we're doing essentially a gym or a fitness-based class. Yeah. But it's got other implements as well.
Yeah, other people there, pop-ups here and there.
Pop-ups here and there. That's what we want to...
People showcasing there, where they are, what they deliver, what their service is.
Yeah.
So that's something we would like to do. That's on top of online training as well.
Yeah.
I think that's the trajectory where we want to go next.
I think they do something like that in London, where they do this boxing thing in a park or something like that.
There's loads of different.
London's big for it.
Yeah,
loads of different.
Gymshark. I think Gymshark. I done a few of them, and they did a bit of a crossover Birmingham one a couple months, earlier this year as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely something we want to tap into and definitely get more exposure to to help other people as well, not just us.
Yeah.
Help other people expose what they're good at. Because there's a lot of talent out there, a lot of good trainers out there. Even though there's loads of PTs, everyone can be a PT now. But there's loads of good quality ones that need that recognition and support as well.
Yeah.
That's something we would like to do for them.
What I think is collaboration over competition, man.
Yeah.
If I want to, you know, when we go, if you can bring someone along with us on the journey as well to level them up. That's what we're on, 100%. Man.
Yeah.
No bad mind business around here.
And you see your end of year, because I saw your end of year kind of like, is it like a Christmas party?
Christmas meal party, yeah.
Again, I've said it a couple of times during this episode, the leveling up every year. This year, I saw another level up in terms of like the awards and everything. Talk to me about the preparation, because that has to be prepared as well. It's not just...
Yeah, so shout out to Sportski, DA and Jeff. They helped collaborate with us on that as well. So it was a party event that was already happening. We was doing for the past few years, we've done an end of year Christmas meal, end of year meal, social gathering.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to be able to merge the two with Sportski. It was done in town, East Side Rooms.
Yeah.
And we just made it happen, man. We've got a big community group, and we brought at least just under 100 people came out to that event.
Yeah.
And we had the room to facilitate all of that as well.
Yeah.
Dane's catering on the food. Shout out to Dane. Yeah, man, we just made...
It was an overall nice evening, man.
Nice evening. A lot of planning went into it. A few hurdles. A lot of, chasing people, confirming things.
Yeah.
As it goes, if you're doing events and stuff like that, if you know about that area, but it worked out well, man. It was smoothing it in.
Yeah.
It was definitely one for the memory books, man.
Yeah.
I had a different respect to people that do events as well, just in general. Like, people do their own dances. It's a lot. It takes a lot to do.
It's a lot to do, man.
Yeah.
You actually saw it doing it yourself as well.
Yeah.
Again, even in that moment when you're just standing around watching, you see everybody just vibes in and it's laughing and joking again. It's nice to see me. Like,
trust me.
It's nice that we created a platform where people that wouldn't have been in that room had we not had this this
Yeah.
Twinsane thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even have known each other existed. So
Just think, man, from
you're
when
just
we
looking around
to
and like, yeah, man, that's
where we
lovely.
started, where we're at now. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing to see, man.
Didn't think or didn't even envision certain things that's happened. We just wanted to just literally, we was just trying a thing. We just out of kind of frustration that certain other things that we wanted to do didn't happen
Yeah.
due to whatever. Frustration made us kind of confirmed us to say we're gonna just do this, whether it works or not, and it's took us to where we're at now.
Couldn't imagine it as well.
Couldn't imagine
Even
didn't
this now.
think-
Doing the
even being
podcast
here on
talking about the
podcast
journey.
talk to you, like,
Yeah.
Couldn't have told me this 10 years ago I'll be doing this.
Yeah.
It's been beautiful, man.
And you know, because is it every month or I think it's every month, right? You give like a Twinsane Fitness. What?
Twinsane Neck of the Month, we call it.
What's
Twinsane Neck of the Month is based around we have a lot of classes, but it's based around our Sunday morning monthly boot camp.
okay?
So at the end of the month, Twinsane Neck of the Month is a reward incentive where we reward the hardest worker, someone who's consistent. We do accountability challenges throughout the week.
Yeah.
If you're consistent, you keep checking in, you turn up on time, and at the end of the month, we narrow it down to select one winner. We use other participants as well to help us nominate and vote.
Oh, okay.
So those challenges can look like whether you complete 10,000 steps a day, do a certain workout for the day, throughout the week, and you check in. So drink a certain amount of water, eat a certain amount of certain foods. So it's kind of helping them to install healthy habits as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
the one that performs the best within those challenges and in the classes,
Yeah.
they get then nominated to be Twinsane Neck of that month. So when we pick them or people vote for them, then that's how they accomplish that at the end.
So each month, someone gets nominated, and at the end of the year, we grant someone Twinsane Neck of the Year. So that's what we did. We did that at our meal, our end of year meal. We announced the winner at our end of year meal.
Yeah.
And on top of that as well,
shout out to Nordia.
on top of that as well, because we've been getting awards, we thought to make it even special for them, we're going to give them an award as well. So found a little company online that last minute, it all come to us kind of last minute, but it worked out in the end. Got an award design with Twinsane, the logo on there.
Yeah.
We was going to get that at the end as well.
We're gonna get another award, but we have to make it look proper. So the one that we got, one was a nice one still.
One that we saw originally, I think I was scouting for it, and I took the picture, sent it to him on WhatsApp. In my head, I was like, nah, this ain't the one.
Yeah.
But I thought, because of the time, we didn't have time to make it the one that we wanted to, but it worked out in the end. But the one that we was originally gonna go for looked like some cheap.
The AstroTurf on the fight. What they call it?
Yeah, man, one of them
5-a-side medal.
Nah, man, we gotta do better than this, man. So we kind of got like a glass one.
Got the logo embedded in the glass.
Yeah.
A nice one still.
Yeah.
We announced the winner at the meal. Nordia. Shout out to Nordia, she won.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a case that we went round asking our clients who do you think should win and why, and she got the most votes.
It's like a voting,
Is it?
like
So it's a voting
system
system.
within the community of people that participate.
So good incentive.
Yeah, man.
Because it gives people.
Something to keep.
Yeah.
And that's how we've helped build it as well. Because before we used to just do classes where just turn up. And but now then we realize, man, they need more to keep people coming and separate us from other fitness groups and whatnot. We gotta make it inclusive and feel like you're part of something. So that's when we tailored it to a monthly thing where at the end of the month someone gets highlighted and pedestaled for what they're doing throughout that month, basically.
Yeah.
That's been the constant. So that's something that we definitely implemented and changed into our structure of fitness classes as well. Rather than you just turn up and do any random class.
Nice to see how their confidence just boosts. It's a nice little boost for them. They're not just doing something for the sake of doing it. They realize they're getting recognized and recognition from not just us two, but from others as well.
Others.
They train with.
So, for example, the winner, Nordia, she always mentioned that we've helped give her friends for life. I don't think she was as sociable as she was since joining us.
Yeah.
She's gained friends that she would have never had she not come to the class. And to hear that, it's like, yeah, man.
Place of belonging as well.
Yeah.
Other than obviously a home, it's another home that she can come to. It's a fitness home. There's people in there, there's family in there that's hers now as well.
Yeah.
And the rest of theirs as well.
I can imagine, right, that you've saw a lot of changes in people in terms of when they first arrive to now, in terms of whether they've changed personally, mentally, or physically as well. You probably saw that journey.
Yeah, definitely.
What would you say, right, to anyone listening, male or female, that's a little bit apprehensive of going to even your own fitness or a gym? It may be that they're conscious of their body, or they may be struggling mentally.
I'd say a few things. But the main thing that comes to my mind is if you don't do it for yourself, most of the people you're going to be speaking about have kids. So if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for them.
Yeah.
They're going to see you. So like I was saying before, that they're only going to go from the example what you're showing and say to them,
Yeah.
or what you show to them. But if they're seeing you improve, they might see them at home, say they might have poor mental health or the bad habits. If they come to us and those habits get eradicated and they improve,
Yeah.
their fitness, their health gets better, that's going to show their youths or the younger people around them like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. I've never seen this version of them before. I like this version.
Yeah.
I want to be like that. And that's got to be like a bounce off.
Yeah.
Encouraging. So if you can't do it for you, do it for others, man. Do it for your partner, whoever.
Just knowing as well that we're approachable. There's loads of, social media handles that you can get us in contact with us. Don't be afraid to send us a message. We will respond, even though we're in our busy schedule. We will respond. We will get back to you. And it will be that help that you need.
Yeah.
And it's unbiased. It's not non-judgmental. It's a family positive environment. We're qualified professional trainers. And it's not to embarrass you, it's to enhance you, what we're going to do. So
Yeah.
If you're not happy with yourself or comfortable with how you are physically or even mentally, why wouldn't you want to try something that's going to benefit you? Especially when you can see evidence of it.
Yeah.
Won awards, you can see video clips of people that started from a place, point A, and gone to B, and they've become better versions of themselves. So it's all evident that you can be the same as well.
Yeah.
Nobody's superhuman. We're all the same, similar people. We all got issues and problems.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect.
What's your thoughts on as well for consistency? Because again, and I think we spoke about it on the last pod, people that attend, right, some people may want results straight away and the results don't happen straight away. So what would you say in terms of advice around consistency and patience?
what I would say is, added on to consistency, that it needs to have a level of discipline. You get to get your mind into a certain level of discipline. Try not to really focus on motivation, because that's always going to be
Fleeting.
It's always going to come and go. Even for me, if you think all the time I'm motivated to go to the gym, I'm not. It's the discipline in me though. It's the discipline and the consistency that I want to compound over time to achieve the result.
Yeah.
So I would say the mindset part has to be embedded first. And then from there, it kind of will flourish, aspects after that, to be fair. But the discipline needs to be there first. And in terms of the consistency, those two factors are the most important things.
Yeah.
Be more realistic as well. If it took you years to get to the point where you're not happy with, you can't expect that to be just erased in a couple of weeks or months.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, because there's lots of going to have to change your mental state for one, your eating habits and your lifestyle habits. Most people can't do that overnight.
Yeah.
So it's about being realistic and having a big goal, but having small goals in between to get to the big one.
Yeah.
Thinking more lifestyle than next 2 months or that holiday. Just thinking of it for life. Think of your fitness as it's a journey, just like, or a routine, just like you would do. Make food, your hygiene, brush your teeth, bathe your skin. Just think of it like that. So you won't put too much pressure on when you're not seeing things change. Like, I was pretty sure when people are brushing their teeth, you're not looking to see if your teeth are white the next day, or over time. It's a compounding thing.
Yeah.
So if you put the pressure on, how come I don't look like that Instagram person next week? You're gonna fall off. You gotta change the mind to just think. And also long term,
shift the things that you may not like throughout the day. Do them at the beginning of the day. So if you don't like to exercise as much, try to do that first thing.
Yeah.
Rather than wait to the end of the day where you're more gonna be tired.
It's likely to do it.
Yeah.
It's like to do, because you're tired. You've done extra things throughout the day, and you're like, man, I still got 101 things to do.
Yeah.
And that's the worst one. So I'm not even gonna do that. Try and get it out of the way the first thing in the day.
Yeah.
Don't think of fitness as just joining the gym. I know there's a lot of people that don't like the concept of a gym. There's loads of free things that you can do now, from going to your local park or just stepping outside your house, going for that walk.
Yeah.
That's the easiest thing that you can do. And it's tracking things that way. I don't know, maybe on a Monday you do 5,000 steps. A Tuesday you bump it up 500. And just keep compounding over time. And before you know it, it becomes easy. And you think, you know, you can include it into your routine.
Yeah.
The main thing to see the result of it is to have the consistency.
Even if you don't want to come out of your yard, there's YouTube. Everyone's got a device.
Yeah.
Smart TV.
There's no excuse now.
Even a smartwatch, that's where you can put like a workout on your smartwatch.
Yeah.
So there's lots of ways you can do.
Yeah. And you know, if somebody wanted to come to your class as well, but they're not completely mobile, right? So they have got some physical disabilities. How do you accommodate stuff like that?
So it's just seeing where they are. So going for, say for example, someone had a bad knee, just modify it to what they can do.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's always going to be adaptations to what we deliver to everybody. So always give more than one option.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if there's something that they can't do, or even if they say do 10 of something and they can only do 2, then just do 2. There's still nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Just work up to that 10 over time.
I mean, we have experience dealing with people that's got learning disabilities.
Yeah.
Clients that are different heights, different ailments. We just adapt things as well. And because there's 2 of us, that's the benefit of having 2 of us. While he can lead the class, I can focus on struggling, or put them in an area, or put them at the front of the class where they can be seen a lot more, or can, help correct certain things.
Being a part of being human as well is having empathy. So being empathetic to certain people and understanding and knowing where they are. You can tell they're anxious, or they might tell you they suffer from anxiety. So being mindful and empathetic and putting the environment safe, making the environment safe and comfortable for them.
Yeah.
But to be honest, most of the people that come, they're naturally like that anyway, so they won't be just getting that from us 2. They'll be getting that from everyone else.
Oh, from the rest of the class as well.
I mean, that's what I would say as well.
Family and community like that.
On top of us doing it, a lot of our Twinsane X do just that as well.
Yeah.
Very accommodating, very motivating and encouraging to ensure that you keep coming and you don't fall out, because most of the people that are now regulars started where they was as well.
Yeah.
And they were on the journey, so it's more relatable. So they're even more of a go-to person than us 2, because they've actually been through the journey.
They can see themselves in that person.
Yeah.
Right, that was me.
Yeah.
So I know what to do. To get into where I'm at.
It's important that you've both said that, because again, we said it earlier on, but that human side, people see fitness coaches as robots.
Yeah.
They don't see that they've got empathy, and they can see, the differences in people, and they will make some adjustments.
Even more to the point where, for the most part, you're not just a PT. If you
7 things in one, man.
7 counselor, therapist, advisor.
Yeah.
A lot of PTs watching this would agree that
Best friend, good friend.
best friend,
Yeah.
everything. It's more to it than that. So we should have got the clapping lockdown as well. To be fair, with the NHS man. So we do a lot as well. We've done it. Take on a lot, which you gotta be careful of, because it can be draining as well.
Yeah.
It can definitely be draining, because a lot of people pour all their stuff onto you. There's been times actually when I've done one-to-one sessions with people and they've told me all their stuff. I'm like, yo, I need a break. I'm drained out. I need to sit down. So it can be overwhelming at times, but
Yeah.
you're more than just a personal trainer.
Yeah.
There's so many hats that you have to put on within that hour, or however long you've got that client or clients.
Yeah.
People don't understand. And a lot of people would fold up, seeing us doing what we're doing now. You are killing it, blah, blah, blah. But if you really knew the intricate bits that we have to do in between the scenes and all that, a lot of people wouldn't hack it too much. Say this is long.
It's about, that's where we become selfless though, because you don't think about it. You just do it.
Yeah.
Even though you're mindful of what Peter just said, but you're selfless and you want to help them anyway.
Yeah.
So you do what you can do as much as.
What I will say though, that it can be a weakness. It's a weakness of mine sometimes. Sometimes I want to save. I don't know if the word save everybody, but I feel like I want to help too much.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
That's what I think. A personal weakness of mine is doing, sometimes going that extra, which is not a bad thing, going extra, but sometimes you got to think of your own mental health as well. Because it can be draining. Trust me, it can be on top sometimes. That's a kind of a thing I need to be mindful of myself, what I do too much. It's been pointed out to me, to be fair, sometimes where you scale back and just
Like,
can't see the world.
sometimes I've had to, someone who a PT, I've had to say, you don't need to be paying me. You need to be going to therapy or counselling.
Yeah.
I can't do what you need. You need more than what I'm capable of doing for you at this present time.
Yeah.
But again, that's being selfish, because I easily say, oh, I'll just keep taking your money.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's not about your money. I want you to be the best version of yourself. And so if I can see that you need to do that first, then that's what I'm going to tell you to do. Then
Yeah.
we can talk about the rest afterwards.
Yeah.
And also as well, letting people know that being trainers is not all a linear process and it's all rosy. Like we just going back to one-to-one clients as well. Sometimes when you're training people, you got all the things, people turning up late, people missing sessions.
Yeah.
There's all of that included as well. Sometimes I remember a time I had a session that could have been 6 a.m. in the morning, woke up at 5, all of that, tired, look up, my alarms are off, turn up to the session, they ain't there, checking it. I kind of done a thing where you give them a 15-minute leeway. If they miss the 15 minutes, yeah, sessions are gone. Checking with them, they ain't get back to you. Apply back an hour later, I fell asleep, couldn't wake up.
They don't understand.
They don't understand.
The extra hour of sleep that you could have had could have been so much beneficial because you got a long day already.
Or I could have manipulated. I could have changed that session, or could have put somebody else in that place that wanted that space, that slot.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm just messed up my routine a bit, and now I've got to try and chop and change, and it's all those things as well that people don't see.
Yeah.
What trainers go through as well.
That can mess up your next session for your VIX. So if you're not mindful and conscious of these things, you can take it out on that person. You know, you're conscious enough to know to not to.
Yeah.
But you don't realize the knock-on effect that it can have.
Do you think the community, right, recognize all these things that you're speaking about? Because until talking about it now,
I don't think so.
I wouldn't have thought about it, right? But do you think people are conscious of it?
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't.
Unless you're in the world of it, you wouldn't know. You just think this is point A to point B, and that's it. You don't see all the bits in between.
Because we deal with so many numbers as well. Sometimes you can't please everybody. So you might have the person who might have the certain group who are more advanced, and from those who are not, the advanced people might like the session, the way the session is set up a certain way, more than the ones who are not. But you can't, because there's so many, such a big group, you can't really please everybody. And that's something you can't really overcome to a sense. You just kind of compromise to a degree.
Yeah.
That's where we give the modifications and different techniques of things you can do.
Yeah.
That's the next thing I would say as well. Like going into this industry, knowing that especially when you're doing the group stuff, you can't please everybody.
Yeah.
Especially
do the best you can, but
once a number goes over a certain thing, you can't.
Yeah.
It's kind of impossible still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes we deal with big numbers at times, and like you said, people they want that more intense type environment, but there's people that they haven't trained for a year, they can't do the same thing. Kind of fuse it to where it works for everybody, but some people may feel like, I could have went a bit more. Yeah,
could be the simplest thing. Could have put a red cone out there and they wanted a blue one.
Yeah.
Can't please everyone.
Yeah.
The number's big. Can't please
if someone's getting into the industry, that's one thing. Or how we're doing it, groups, for the predominantly group stuff, knowing that you can't really please everybody.
That's
if you do, you go crazy trying to do that.
Yeah, that's where we learn to not take it personally as well.
Yeah, that's the next thing.
You have to understand that. Because you can't, knowing that you can't please everybody. If someone may say something that might be perceived as, I wouldn't say negative, but constructive criticism.
Yeah.
You just know that I hear it, but there's not much I can do because
not much you can do.
It's the numbers that we deal with. It's just us two as well.
Yeah.
There's only so much we can do.
You know, with what is your schedule like? Your group schedules from Monday to Sunday. Have you got classes like the start of the week and then a gap and then end of the week?
Pretty much every day except for Friday.
So pretty much in the weekday we'll have gym-based classes, and on the weekend there's a running group. Saturday and on the Sunday that's when it's the indoor boot camps.
Yeah.
So it's gym-based classes, mixture of gym-based classes, running, and boot camps.
Yeah.
Indoor and outdoor boot camps.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the structure, man. So pretty much throughout the whole week.
5 to 7 classes throughout the week.
And in between that, we're one-to-one personal training.
Yeah.
In the schedule as well. Yeah.
It's a lot then.
It's a lot, man.
It's a lot.
To be fair, I use the Google Calendar to kind of schedule my week as well.
Yeah.
Been doing that a lot recently. So each hour is kind of allocated with something that kind of keeps me on point with my schedule as well.
Yeah. Okay. So, final couple of questions, right, before we wrap up. Knowing that everything that you know now, right, you've set this business up and you at this point in time, if you reflect back some of the stumbling blocks, what would you have done differently?
I think for me, I wish you would have started a lot sooner.
I think that's
Okay.
one thing I said.
We should start a lot sooner and was more intentional, goal directed with what we're doing. Because I just see with what we're doing, everybody and their grandma right now is a personal trainer and coach. But what I would say that separates it is just being consistent, and that's one thing that not really many people can say that we ain't been since the start of the journey to now.
Yeah.
Always, even if it's a post, a class, something, you seen the name pop up somewhere. So if we was that way inclined from earlier, and instead of speaking about, yeah, man, we want to do these classes, we should have just
done
it.
Be more intentional. Figured out how to find them and
I feel like
started.
a lot of things I've done it. I feel like wasted things that haven't been beneficial to my life. If I'd just exchanged that for doing this, it would have been a lot more further on the train.
Focused time to purpose, I would say.
Yeah.
That's one thing I would say. And just get more. Yeah, just literally start earlier. And what we've done now, 5-10 years earlier.
Yeah.
Start earlier and move with speed and urgency.
Intention, man.
Yeah.
Intention.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Kind of freestyling this here, there, trying this little thing here. I'll fall off. Let me try this.
Yeah.
Scrap all of that. Put it all into that, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done differently.
Okay. So moving forward, then everything's directing to even more intentional now. So what is the future looking like for Twinsane?
At the moment, I would say we see more online trading, more online coaching, more fitness events. Continue to do what we're already doing and grow that. Possibly get our own base as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the levels, man. And even overseas, looking about overseas, trying to make connections abroad as well.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to do stuff like this. There's no limit to what we want to do, man.
More collaborations as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that.
More collaborations too.
More networking, more collaborations. And just general growth, becoming the best versions of ourselves, man. And spreading that message on and making it fall onto the other people that are in our
not even just for Twinsane, but just becoming better individuals as well.
Yeah.
Whether that be self-studying and how we eat, how we train, how we are around our people who we like to be around, who we love, like being better versions for them.
Because it's a journey. And all people, like someone said you like a role models also. I kind of don't really like that word because I don't really like to get that because I'm thinking I'm human as well. If you knew certain things, you'd be like, wow. If you knew certain personal things or whatever, you'd be like. That's why I don't really like to hear that concept of your role models because I'm human and I'm susceptible to mess up just like everybody else.
I more accept someone say we inspire them.
Yeah, man.
I can accept that. I don't want to be the poster child for it.
Yeah.
Because I would everything I've done, I wouldn't. If I look, for example, my son, I'm not gonna tell him everything. If you want to get to a certain point, you gotta copy me. There's bits I'm gonna chop out.
Yeah.
There's bits I'm gonna tell him new. Bits I'm gonna tell him to do. I'm not just gonna say if you want to be successful, look at me and do. No way. I'm just gonna be other elements. I'm gonna say do this. I didn't do this. Or I did this later when I should have done it earlier. So that bit I would.
Yeah.
I don't really like that word role model, if I'm being honest with you.
But I think, right, everyone messes up though. We all mess up.
Yeah.
But it's about what we put out there in the community. Right. So I kind of like, I'm in the middle with that because I do think, and I did put it on a post as well, that I saw someone interviewed you both, right? And I did put it on the post, right, to say that, yeah, I know these two, right? And we need to protect them in our community.
I seen it. I can't remember why it was posted. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, protect them. And the reason why is that you're both doing so much positive things. We all mess up in life. Like, we've all got a past and so forth. But it's about what we're doing now and what you're putting into the community. And that's why I always say, We need to protect the Twinsanes and the fitness and the brand and ensure that no harm comes to them because, you
See,
know,
when you say that though, we don't notice it, you know.
No,
Yeah.
We don't notice it.
We're just doing what we do, man. It's just,
Yeah.
sometimes when people get hyped about certain things, I'm just like, on to that next one, man. Like,
Forget about it. Just talk. Could be watching TV, just carry on with it, or certain conversation.
yeah,
I don't see it like that because it's genuine. It's not
for
for
no
no
accolades, right? That really.
for no stripes or accolades or anything, or anyone to say something positive. Just do something,
do
enjoy
what we
it.
do.
and that's why I think it comes back to what you're saying in terms of role models. That, like, you know, you don't want to take that title, but it's because you don't see what other people are seeing. Right, other people are seeing what you're doing, creating a community, going on the walks and so forth. It's not something that's normal, you know, especially in our age group as well. Bringing people together and speaking and trying the next step is overcoming that egos, like trying to strip it back. It's going to take a long time for us as men to be in a room and say, like, there's no egos. It doesn't matter if I say something to you, I'm not embarrassing you. Like, you know, I'm doing it to elevate you, and it's going to take time for that to happen, but you are doing it naturally, and that's why you won't see people that see it from the outside.
You're right, still.
Yeah,
Because now, as you said that, there's people that may see me on the road and might say, "Oh, Twinsane," or "You're the twins that do. You're one of the twins that do this." And I don't know them from they all come class up. I've never seen them before.
yeah,
I've noticed that a lot as well.
I've noticed that a lot recently.
yeah,
A lot.
yeah,
It's random
I
people.
see what you're saying in that sense.
You see someone looking at, back in the day, we'll take that as, some ignorance is about to happen. But someone's looking at you. Wait, they're looking at you because they recognize you from social media, or
yeah,
someone say, you know, it's one of the twins, isn't it? Yo, I rate what you like to do. Like, wow. No, because you're just going back your day, you're not thinking about
yeah,
what we're doing. I'm like, no.
But the good thing
Appreciate
about it, what I noticed though, is there's 3 different generations that notice. Like, I know some big people, like on my parents' age or even grandparents' age, that notice us for what we do.
yeah,
And obviously, it's our age group, and then some of the kids will see it as well. So
yeah,
that's one thing I do appreciate about it.
yeah,
I do like about it still.
yeah. Our final question, right, is from our previous guests, right? So I don't know this question, right? So this is new to me. So I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna ask both of you, so both of you have your opinions on it or respond. But if you could pinpoint a moment in your life that you feels defined you as a person, what would that moment be? Deep.
Read it again.
Read it one more time, please.
So if you could pinpoint one moment in your life that you feels defined you as a person, what would that moment be?
Probably.
Simple. Mine's simple. I say mine's is more relates to my daughter, I guess. The love she gives to me, and how she just embraces me with certain things.
Yeah.
Like, she knows about what we do, old enough to understand what we do. But just the fact that she embraces me a certain way and has love for me as her dad,
Yeah.
calls me that and says she loves me, and have our little friendly banters and little playful fights and watch certain things on the TV.
Yeah.
More just the love for that, I would say. That I don't think there's nothing greater than that for me.
Yeah.
The fact that she has that admiration and respect for me from what I do and how I am as a person, I'd say that's enough for me.
Yeah.
I don't really need to hear it from no one else.
Yeah.
I'd say for me, there's a couple of elements to be fair. I'd probably say 2010, probably. I don't know, like, in terms of like the Matrix or something. I feel like that's when is it the red pill, when you start to see the real of life.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the year where I start to see the real of life. Good and bad, the ugly, the downs and the ups. I remember I didn't have time I didn't have no job, relationship breakdown, just loads of things changing. And I'm thinking I had my daughter at the time, she was young at the time, and I was thinking, wow, what am I supposed to do in my life, man? Like, them kind of things. And I think after that, and I just look back at that time where we are now, and look back then, imagine if I gave up. Look what I would have missed to get me. There's times like that, few elements like that that happened in my life. But I say 2010, that's when I really started to. That was a red pill of life where I started to see.
I can relate to that one as well. I can't remember what year it was. I think it was one of the. I think it could have been the third lockdown. Everyone just kept stopping and starting. You could work, you could make money, and up and down. And I remember I was in my bed. I was just staring at the ceiling, thinking, "What the f am I gonna do with my life stuff?"
Yeah.
And just to see how, from even though that was a few years ago, just to see from that point to now as well. It's nice to see that I kept going. I didn't stop.
Yeah.
No matter what, I didn't give up. I didn't just fold or nothing. I just, no matter what was there or presented, I still took it on. I still conquered it. I still challenged it.
Yeah.
And I made it through. So I know that no matter what comes my way, as long as I got the mindset and stick on it, I can make it through. I can do it.
Yeah.
So there, I would say that around that time,
It's hard to say one of them. There's loads of them.
I think I was on job seeker at the time. It was just low point, bro. I'd be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just thinking, raw. How did I get here, bro? Kind of one of them. But like I said, I look from there and think, look where we're at now, though. But imagine if I folded up and give up.
Yeah.
I'd have missed all of them gyms and all of that. And since then, a lot of, obviously, aside from Twinsane personal life, a lot of beautiful things and experiences have happened since then. But it's just that having that mindset and that resilience. But also having good people around me. I've got my older brothers as well, fourth being one of them. All the family members where you can pick gems from. So that's good as well. So even though we're a support system for people, that was good that we had that support system.
I think that was an advantage for us growing up. Because it was one of the younger ones out of all the older male brothers and cousins. We got to see certain examples. So you got to pick and choose what you liked from what you didn't like. I can't hold it. So I don't even know if I said it to them, but my cousins and my brother, they were like superheroes to me still. Growing up, like, I used to look up to them and want to be like them.
Yeah.
The age was so big.
Yeah.
I always have to salute and shout out to them. Every one of them.
I think there's different things, man. But obviously,
now that you say that question, there's loads of answers I can give you.
Yeah.
Like even when we was younger, obviously we lost our dad when we was babies as well. So growing up as teenagers, not getting that male reference and showing you how to do certain things, that was a void as well. But like, it's just weird how we've just kind of overcome it. Not to say it doesn't kind of mess with your head a little bit sometimes, even now in adolescence, but now later like stage of, like even as well with my, especially my first daughter, hearing her say dad to me was weird because I've never said that before to our dad died when he was 3 years old, so I'm used to saying mom, mommy and all that. It's surreal hearing my daughter say dad to me.
Manny says that.
Weird.
Trust me, his daughter's about 10 years older than mine. I was the same.
And our dad died when he was 3. So when my daughter was 3, I feel funny, but
same, exactly the same.
Is it?
Same as when you get to 3, I'm like,
because you can see them, and they know the difference between the both of us as well. Even the old pictures, they can tell. So it has, even though we don't remember our dad a bit,
I think
it kind of makes you think
how they would remember too much. They remember more, or I don't know, weird that used to trip me out sometimes.
It's kind of like how was we when we was that age?
Yeah.
How did our brain shape and form?
Yeah.
How we consciously think and how even the way we choose to do things in life, was it triggered by that?
Yeah.
I can't answer it or I don't know how to answer it.
Yeah.
Maybe it did. I don't know.
So yeah, probably it's a couple, bro. It's a couple of things, but them ones stand out to me.
Probably another hour conversation about
short film on it.
Yeah, I gotta shout out to Emmy, who was on our previous podcast, because that was one of her that was the question that she's put down, and very, very, very deep, man. Teased up a lot of conversation there.
100%. Another podcast in itself, for real.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, right? I mean, there may be people listening to this or viewing it that maybe in their house, maybe going through a difficult time, feeling to give up, or want to start their journey of transformational change. How would you sum it up in terms of a few words advising them? What would you say to that person?
I don't know if I could say it in a few words, but we all got this device, we all got a phone that we can put certain information in, and whether it be finding out let's say someone's going through depression, they can type that in on Google, how to overcome it, and you'll find tons of people who have overcome it. And you don't have to physically speak to someone or even tell someone about it straight away. You can just listen and see how they overcome something and how they got through something.
Yeah.
And then from there, that surely should give you some level of strength and confidence to kind of, that person was worse than me, and now they're doing this. And then you probably maybe can reach out to a counselor or therapy or a close friend or family member and just go from there. But I think we need to utilize the devices that we have, because there's tons of information on there that's beneficial and it's free.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for nothing.
But in real time as well, just actually try and connect with somebody as well. Try and get the advice, try and speak to physical people. But if that all else fails, that is the next stage as well. Looking
like what's to you not growing up with no dad? There's certain people on YouTube or people that I look up to, or even let's say Ezra, there, being around him in elements, you quite saw him as a father figure because he's of that age.
Yeah.
And he does things that you can't help but not be inspired by and want to be like to a degree.
Yeah.
Not everything, but why would you not want to be fit and in shape
attributes
and have a certain level of masculine presence and way about you? That's inspiring to be like that.
Yeah.
Those people are on YouTube as well. You can find them. Like there's a guy named Mike Rashida who I like.
Yeah.
He's someone I rate his journey, how he carries himself. And he's a millionaire, he's in shape. He speaks with intelligence and carries himself a certain way. Like, I've met him at a fitness expo, but let's say I didn't. He's got enough information on YouTube that inspires me to want to be better.
Yeah.
So that's for everybody. He was that for me, but there's millions of people that like that for everyone else.
Yeah.
Just gotta pick one.
Yeah. Twins.
Nothing to what to do, man.
Yeah.
Can't stay stagnant. We gotta move.
Yeah. Listen, thanks for coming up. Right, it's been a pleasure conversating with you both. Right, no doubt we'll get you on this episode on the pod again. Right, but you know what? We definitely wish you all the best on your journey. Right, we like what you're doing. Although people may not always come up to you and say, recognize what you're doing. By all means, there's a lot of people in the background that see what's happening. I see, and I'm not even active on social media like that. So if I can see, everybody else is seeing it, man. So
even to those people that do, feel free to come up to us and say, man, approachable, good people. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you to push up no face or move up. Man. Yeah. Always love man and show to people.
Bless my brothers. I'm gonna get you to write your questions for the next guest, right? And we're out of here. Let's go.
Salute.